We would be here all day if I was to run down every single example of somebody getting fired, canceled, whatever the heck you want to call it. Normally things that conservatives, right-leaning individuals would go ahead and say, that's kind of ridiculous. Why are you doing that stuff? We have this thing called freedom of speech. But because it's against our greatest ally, or at least perceived to be that way, no. It's totally fine, guys. It's great. We're seeing, actually respected or important. I don't know if it's respected so much. I don't know these people. They might be total bags of crap, but at the same time, they have the right to express their opinion. At least in my opinion, okay? Because if you do anything that could somehow be perceived as being anti-Semitic, that's what we're going to be hearing a lot, then, oh boy, the gloves are off, okay? You might as well just go die in a ditch with your Palestinian brethren, am I right? But if you did it the other way around, where you'd be out there retweeting and giving Benny Boy the pat on the back, there should be no Palestinian state aside from Jordan ever. Oh yes, good old Ben Shapiro. You stay, you buddy. But we have Beverly Hills doctor. Yeah, there's been doctors, anesthesiologists, dentists. I've seen everybody getting fired, released for the simple fact that, yeah, they aren't necessarily down with people's apartment buildings getting blown up. Who knew? But apparently that, oh my God, that's just a bridge too far. This is just one of the many. And here we have, yes, Dr. Andrew Thierry is fired over disturbing anti-Semitic posts on Twitter, which, I don't know, is this anti-Semitic? I don't think so. Zionists are genocidal, demonic, greedy, pedophilic, and then they go ahead and censor retards. The fuck, man? Okay, let's go ahead and break this up here for a second, because you might be hearing this word thrown around a lot. You might not necessarily know the definition. That's totally fine, man. What is a Zionist? Somebody, actually, you know what, instead of just, my definition, I'm going to pull up the actual definition. So this is from one of them there astute learning books, okay? Britannica. Zionism, a Jewish nationalist movement, okay, that has had its goal with the creation of the Jewish national state in Palestine, the ancient homeland of the Jews. Though Zionism originated in Eastern and Central Europe, as the later part of the 19th century, it is in many ways a continuation of the ancient attachment of the Jews and the Jewish religion to the historical region of Palestine. Where one of the hills of ancient Jerusalem is called Zion. A brief treatment of Zionism follows. You can go ahead and read it right there if you're so inclined. But yeah, outside of a support for a Jewish national state, it's a belief set. Okay, yeah, it's a belief set that can be held by many people. And we're seeing that right now within the conservative movement. Just people that are putting Israel above all else. That's the state that they're referring to, by the way. And there's even some discord within, certain sects of Judaism if Zionism in its current incarnation is even appropriate. Has the temple been built yet? Has the Messiah returned? We don't know. Oy vey. Long story short, Zionism can be many things to many people, but specifically anti-Semitic? Fuck no! But it's just like the way that the media likes to go ahead and conflate Hamas and Palestine, put everything all together, just to let you know the bad guys in this situation, okay? A Beverly Hills radiologist, so a cancer doctor, fantastic, is fired over, well, no, that'd be an oncologist. This is a guy who just operates the machinery, the finer points in life. Was fired over disturbing anti-Semitic social media posts, including one where he called Zionists genocidal, demonic, greedy, pedophilic retards. I guess somebody just ended up reading up on Jeffrey Epstein. Dr. Andrew Thierry, 46, was let go from his position as a chief medical officer of Expert MRI after they were made aware of his inflammatory comments. Zionists are gynocidal. That's a new one. Okay, I'm not reading that again. That's like the 9th time. Christ almighty. Change my mind. Okay. Thierry tweeted in his since deleted X account, "The only thing Zionists are superior at is lies, deceit, and genocide." Okay. He wrote in another tweet on Tuesday. Expert MRI announced the decision to terminate Thierry on Instagram. Sorry, what? The following day, expressing their disapproval of Thierry's actions. The finger movements that type that out, like, is that what you're denouncing? In actions and denouncing his beliefs that come a week after Hamas terrorists attacked Israel, killing 1,400 people. What's the death toll on the Palestinian side? We don't need to talk about that, or the number of dead kids that are out there, but okay. The angry little Zionist war pigs are big mad that their lies and deceit aren't working anymore. Their powers are waning, and they are scared and lashing out. 63 views. Boy, that is doing numbers. but oh, okay, 8,700 views on that one. Okay, yeah, superior at lies, deceit, and genocide. And then okay, that's his capitulating post that obviously didn't work. If I apologize if anyone interpreted my words the wrong way. I love everyone, which includes Jews and all of God's children. I am most critical of my own government and all of the wars the United States is involved in. I apologize if anyone is offended. I only have love in my heart, which breaks any time innocent humans suffer. Yeah, perfectly reasonable, and mostly outside of the apology, never fucking apologize, it never works, is kind of the position of most people that are just critical of this entire situation and several of the other pointless wars that are currently going on right now that the United States and most of the Western world is sticking their fucking noses in. I won't make the obvious joke. Expert MRI is aware of this disturbing anti-Semitic comments. They weren't fucking anti-Semitic, okay? But that's fine. You can go ahead and continue on with now somebody that works at a bank. It's like, okay, I can't control myself on this one. Obviously, man, it's like if you're going to be making anything that could be possibly misconstrued as being anti-Semitic and you work at a bank, like, why would you go ahead? You're right in the you're in the lion's den, okay? And then you're putting on a steak vest. Fuck is wrong with you? Citibank has fired one of its staffers after she wait a minute, she. Are we figuring out the hierarchy that's here? Okay, so we are putting anti-Semitism even above perceived misogyny? Holy, them boys that powerful, huh? Yes, commentary on Instagram that endorsed the mass murder. It didn't, but I love your characterization. I love to be inflammatory. The mass murder of Jewish people during the Holocaust. Oh my God, she invoked the Holocaust. No wonder why Hitler wanted to get rid of all of them. Yo! Getting right to the point. Nozima Husanova, okay, wrote with a smiley face emoji in an Instagram story, which has since been deleted along with the 25-year-old's Instagram and other social media accounts. Wow, them boys were quick. The post was a screenshot shared to X, oh, so some snitch, formerly Twitter, by nonprofit watchdog Stop Anti-Semitism. Oh, no, it's Stop Anti-Semitism. Start canceling and ruining people's careers. Fantastic. Which also posted a photo of her Instagram profile that boasted over 4,500 followers. Wow. So she was just out there with a moderate-sized Instagram presence, and you just decided to go ahead and get rid of her because of spicy jokes. Husanova had written the explosive comment, oh my God, New York Post, never change, in response to a post about the Gaza hospital bombing that was initially blamed on Israel. But trust us, bro, we got sources. It was definitely a misfire, we think, potentially, and it's anti-Semitic to say that, you know what, hey, maybe the initial accounts by several people in power with the Israeli government, you know, those ones weren't true, okay? And we didn't realize that, you know, maybe bombing a hospital or a parking lot would be too much of an escalation, so we just went and walked it back. See, listen to this tape that's just a really clear recording of two people having a cordial conversation about a supposed botched air attack. Yeah, okay. The investment bank confirmed to the Post that Husanova was fired after the remark, which was earlier reported on by the Daily Mail. Wow, just completely and totally spun out of proportion. We terminated the employment of the person who made the revolting anti-Semitic comment on social media. Wow. Fucking wow, bro. By just simply, okay, so the story that she had up there. As soon as the Baptist hospital in Gaza was bombed, Israel publicly took credit for it, true, and said that it did it to kill terrorists inside the hospital and said it was successful. Once the video came out showing all of the civilian casualties, they deleted their tweets, taking credit for it, and said Palestinians bombed themselves. That's true. And then her little caption at the bottom, no wonder why Hitler wanted to get rid of all of them. Little, you know, goofy-ass, meme smiley face. Okay, and I don't know, it's a joke, even if it's a declaration. Is she going to bring the funny mustache man back from Austria so he can finish the job? I don't think so. I don't fucking think so. These are words, okay? You used to lampoon, talking to conservatives that are out there right now. You used to lampoon the left for being these fucking little snowflakes, but now all of a sudden, because some perceived slights are being made against the tiny hat people, all of a sudden you want to go out there and run back their tactics. Fucking despicable, bro. And then you have this chick that's out here, this Huda beauty faces boycott after founder Huda Katan spurns blood money from Israeli customers. Huh, interesting. What did she have to say that was so disparaging? Founder of popular cosmetic brand Huda Beauty is facing calls for a boycott after declaring on social media that she doesn't want blood money from Israeli customers. Okay, a day after the brutal Hamas attack against Israel on October 7th, just continue to run with that. Huda Katan, a Kim Kardashian lookalike whose fast-growing brand is sold in retailers including Sephora and Walmart, so she's a successful entrepreneur, was celebrating her 40th birthday at a luxury hotel in Dubai, and posted a jubilant photo of herself on Instagram surrounded by balloons and roses. Okay, well, who paid for that trip? She's, probably doing well for herself, so this might be one of those rare exceptions where a bitch actually paid for her own fluing out. I don't know if you noticed, but Israelis from all over the world love you and your products, one Instagram user replied, according to a screenshot to the post reported by the Express Tribune, a Pakistani-owned news site. With most of their money, you choose Gaza. So remember this as soon as no Israelis buy from you again anywhere in the world, and it's a shame because we buy you a lot, the Instagram user wrote. I'm sure it's a real poppin' profile. Ended up getting picked up by StopAntisemitism.com. Fantastic. These are the same assholes that were out there defending the ADL and propping them up and feeding them all of this information. Unfucking believable. Just the shelf life of the short-term memory that these fuckers have, man. Just a quick pivot. Unbelievable. In response, Katan, an Iraqi-American influencer. Oh, wow. Probably somebody who knows about U.S. nation building firsthand. And, oh, Iraq. Oh, okay, cool. Yeah, the invasion there that was set up by a very dangerous vial of anthrax that was very, very dangerous and very, very real anthrax that Colin Powell brought before Congress, said that Iraq had weapons of mass destruction. And who wanted the war with Iraq? Can't quite remember that. It just escapes me for a second. I don't know. It's a little cold in this room. I need a little head covering or something like that, so just to stop the draft. Anyways, that's totally unrelated. Was raised in Oklahoma City, whose net worth was estimated by Forbes last year as $400 million. Wrote, "I don't want blood money," according to the screenshots. Okay, so we got screenshots, and she looks like Kim Kardashian. I don't know, I guess, in so much as she's brown and has brown hair. Like, okay, fine. In another post, since the October 7th invasion, which don't really hear a lot about, the active threats by any of those Hamas militants that were reported on at the time. Don't really see them carrying anything out, but you see a lot of bombing on the other side. Just strange little things that you notice. Katan wrote that Israel, who has the 4th largest army in the world, is not the victim, but they repeat the same story and gaslight everybody who comes with facts. Sounds familiar. I can see why she's being targeted. Elsewhere, Katan, a longtime influencer, better known, but with pronouncements like rosy cheeks are going to be huge. So not exactly the brightest bulb in the Hanukkah tree, quoted what appeared to be a scripture passage on her Instagram feed. "You will certainly cause corruption in the land twice, and you will become extremely arrogant," reads one, referring to the children of Israel. Okay, another states, "We would send against you some of our servants of great might who would ravage your homes. This would be a warning fulfilled." Okay, in response, Katan is now facing backlash from clients which have included, so not quite, but there's potentiality that's out there. Eva Longoria and Nicole Richie. Well, Eva Longoria is probably still trying to get that smell of Biden's inappropriate touch off of her clothes, and Nicole Richie, yeah, I don't know what the fuck that bitch is up to. I can't stand behind her anymore. One NYC-based makeup artist who works in television who did not want to be identified. Okay, I love her products, but I'll never be able to use again. Yeah, that's wonderful and fantastic. So, yeah, where's like the actual... Okay, so here's the screenshot, allegedly. Sharing a video that I don't recognize. Okay, Israel, who has the 4th largest army in the world, is not the victim, but they repeat the same story and gaslight anyone who comes with the facts. Okay, exactly. And I guess that's another marketing campaign that she has as well. But yeah, I don't really see anything anti-Semitic. I see shit that's against Israel and what it does, but Israel is not Jewish. Israel's government is its own entity. To say something against the government is not saying stuff against the people. But with the media's a more than willing capitulation to just go ahead and go along with that conflation, we're going to see shit like this more and more. And that's why speaking out against this type of cancellation, even though it's not in vogue and nobody's going to be on your side this time around, somebody's got to fucking say it. So with all that said, thank you all very much for the gift of your time. I've been Don Consuelo. I want you to follow your gut and get after it. Take care, everyone.